Before we get into the episode, I've got a question for you guys. What's your top beast transformations across media? I'm talking books, movies, TV shows, whatever you find. Like, if you like Animorphs, if you love Bloody Roar, think in these veins, all right? Let us know in the comments. Get us at our email. Thank you guys so much. Check out the episode. I'm out. All right, so you're saying that because Eddie Murphy was Donkey, these are more incriminating roles than the dress situation, and that if anybody had a problem, they should.
To me, it's a different degree of buffoonery that I'm like, why are y'all cool with that?
But there it is, right there. That word right there, right? I don't think. What up, everybody? It's the Well-Spoken Token coming at you again with another episode, or at least a bit of an episode. You know, recording is interesting, man. Y'all saw the adorable post. You know, shout out to my baby online. You know, again, we're trying to make shit happen for you guys, as always, or sometimes, almost never, always. My brother is here. Say what up to the people, bro.
What up, young man? What up?
What's good? What's good?
We back off the deployment.
Back again.
I'm sure there's bonus content out there. This is not the first time we've tried to record this episode. Let's
Yo, this is gonna be again a interesting dive into my content creator life. You know, we were 4 years deep trying to get in there. I thought I had a groove, and now I gotta make a new groove, you know, because again, partial recordings might be a thing from time to time. It's like blam, we'll take this part and then we'll edit it in this part so that we can, so you never know. I might have a different shirt on and he might have a different shirt on. I mean, he was really continuatively continuatively aware for wearing the same shirt. I appreciate you, bro, but I was like,
nigga wore the same shirt. It is what it is.
Nah, my baby
we are
boy
going
popped
to
it.
see how that plays out, but for now, just pretend like this is a separate episode entirely. Like, this is the first time the niggas seen you for, you know, however long.
Oh, of course, duh. I mean, hey guys, this is the first time we got out here. Is that nicotine, nigga?
Yeah, nigga. I zen every now and again.
I thought you were fucking playing with a goddamn thing of icebreakers. That looks like a thing of icebreakers.
No. This is for children. No. No, it's not.
It is.
However,
white.
it does give you a light nicotine fix when you need one. These are 3 millis because I'm a bitch, and you know, every now and again I do 6. Anyway,
shout out smoking cessation. Cessation of smoking is always.
Shout out to Mark Maron, actually, but he was the first nigga to put me on a nicotine gum. I was like, that nigga makes nicotine gum sound so great. He's like, I have our coffee, and then I have a nicotine gum. It's so great. I'm like, I bet I can do that. I cannot do that. I still smoke.
No, nicotine gum still gives me too much of a fucking rush. It's a weird thing. That's not a very good delivery system for me and nicotine. It just don't. It does not do well. Am I supposed to swallow the gum? Is that a bad thing?
I think it is, package? I'm not supposed to gum in general.
I don't like gum.
I know last episode, like not even last episode, but last time we tried to record, you actually talked about how you hadn't smoked in forever, and I'm like, wow, I'm really glad for you. I'm really proud of you for that.
Yeah, shout out.
I genuinely am. I genuinely am like really glad that you haven't smoked and that you haven't like touched the shit. For real. Like, yeah, I see like you smoke weed and you still hit the vape, but
I still do.
Not smoking is a lot.
Yeah, no, I ramped up smoking cigarettes and then I quit smoking cigarettes and then I was like, well, you know, I mean, so by the time my child was getting ready to be born, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be a fucking cigarette smoking dad. Like, I might be a vape dad for a while. I might be like I'm definitely gonna be a weed dad. That's just gonna be a thing. I don't know if CPS wants to hear that, but
hopefully they never hear it.
I was like, shout out to you. Please don't wrap me up. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I knew I was going to be that, but like never really like, oh, dad's got to go take a smoke break type situation. Like I just didn't really feel like that was going to be like beneficial. No, not like it was ever detrimental.
To be fair, and I ain't trying to be that type of nigga because I know that like last time I seen Pops all that time ago, and I mean like, starting heavy out the gate.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's deep. It's been a while. It's been a second.
You know what I mean? I remember like last time Pops was in Maryland at the crib or whatever. He was like, oh man, I just thought about smoking a cigarette. I'm like, damn, I sympathize with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I don't know if you like ever feel that or whatever. Like, oh, this is like a cigarette.
No, absolutely. There definitely have been times where I'm like, oh, no, that would be great for a cigarette. And then I go find a vape. There's the moments in the house where I can't find my fucking vape, baby. I don't know where it is. I would love to have it. Can I please? Can I go
You
get
gotta
one?
have that thing on you, man. Gotta have that thing on you.
At the same time, I try to do like days or moments where I don't. Like
Mm.
I'll find the desire to go and find some nicotine and like, okay, well, let me distract myself. So I'll be like, okay, kid, we're gonna play a number game or some shit like that. You know, we're gonna
And
listen
it's
to
crazy
we're
because
gonna dance
I
at a
talked to
party.
the nigga yesterday and he don't speak English, so I don't know
No,
what the fuck he talking about. So let's play the number game. Like nigga not giving you numbers back.
he's not giving me numbers back, but I'm trying to give him numbers so he understands more. Like, the thing is, right now, yeah, he's all babbling shit like that, but like he's slowly but surely cognitively forming shit. Like I
Oh, for
see
sure.
him
The
figuring
nigga
it
is
out.
smart. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm talking like not talking, but I see the nigga and I'm like, oh, I think he got like a brain in him.
Yeah,
You know what
nah,
I
he's
mean?
pretty aware. Like he's really catching it as far as I mean, everybody sucks the dick of their own child, like but
For sure. And I mean, like, what I mean? I've had nephews, I mean? Like I got my nephews already, but I
yeah,
wasn't like an adult when, our
when they were
nephew,
born and shit. Like I was a kid still with most of the
right.
young people around now, and
So to
like
see Trey going through what he's going through, I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of see him connecting the dots. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
the puzzle pieces are slowly but surely fitting together, and it's pretty crazy. Like I can see him understanding some things on TV, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, this is just colors and shit like that. So like sometimes when I'm watching an anime and the shit get gory, I'm like, oh wait, like
Yeah, I don't
that
know
ass.
why I should show my dog this.
Yeah, like
Do you
so
feel
it's
compelled to like protect him from certain shit, or like are you
there
like
are
in his
moments where I do. Yeah, absolutely. Like usually I'm like, no, like I want him to be
pussy
pretty open, but like at the
bitch
same time,
ass nigga?
I'm just saying we
Ain't
were
about
watching
that life for real.
we were
Really
watching
a hoe.
Naruto, nigga. Like me and this nigga were like locked in, like very much having a great time. We got to Shippuden, and suddenly shit
I
got
like
real.
Shippuden better than Shippuden, but
Shippuden,
whatever. Do
Shippuden,
whatever the fuck
Shippuden,
you want to do.
Shippuden. Okay. Yeah. The second half of Naruto, fucking shit got real. I was like, damn, Asuma's dead. And this nigga, Hidan is really trying to slice a motherfucker up. And suddenly I'm like, maybe not. And that was the first time I was like, maybe we don't. And then I'm like, damn, shit get real sad in this motherfucking half of the season. This is not a kid show. Let's watch Fairy Tale, kiddo.
You think that's better? I mean, I
To
don't
a
know,
certain
and
point.
I know we like in the bonus episode that may or may not ever come out. We briefly talked about like fairy tale, but like I don't know.
These are just things that I mean. Here's the deal. I was looking for things that were like, it's anime, it's shit that I want to check out and shit that I want to see, shit that I can review again, like in my brain for like whether or not I continue to introduce this shit to him for like at all. And I mean, I started with Dragon Ball, right? And not once did I feel like, oh, we shouldn't be watching this, right? Like even like I was watching Kai, so we went from Kai to Super. We watched all the shit, and the thing is, the colors and sounds made him happy. It was pretty good. He does growl a lot. That is a thing that he does now. He's like,
I've
like
heard it.
it's kind of a thing, and I'm like, I think that's Dragon Ball. Actually, I
It
think
could be
that's
Dragon Ball. It could be Baby. I don't know. Who knows?
could be either way. It is a funny thing to watch happen though.
Yeah,
It is
I don't
again.
know. One thing that I've in now that you're a parent, like I think that you can speak more on it than I could ever speak on it.
Yeah,
Um, I don't think there was like really a conscious effort to like protect me from the shit that I was watching. If it
I mean,
wasn't
yeah,
like
that's how we got
directly
to.
marketed as like a horror thing.
Yeah, that's how we watched like fucking Ninja Scroll and all that stuff. Like,
Right. That's a different story entirely. And I'm sure we've told it before.
we told it a bunch of times. I'm just saying, like, it was literally like just parent attempting to like get something you liked. Dad just wanted to get us some anime. We seemed to like anime, and we just picked something up and put it down. It was like, here you go,
Right.
right? But
But I
that for
think that
me,
because you have that knowledge of what you're exposing your child to, you
yeah.
know what I mean? And it's also like he's 7 months old. He doesn't really like know
I mean,
shit.
a lot of this shit is not going to go in the cookbook forever. Like a lot of these recipes is just getting out of there. Like the mental Rolodex is not
Right.
super strong right now. Like I really, if you can just grasp mom and dad real quick, like that would be real cool.
Nigga don't even talk yet. So I mean, there's
Exactly.
that.
But I
There's
mean,
that.
my thing was is that like me and the wife, like we both started talking at 9 months, right? So it's like okay, like we figure he'll be either nowish or 8 months when he really starts getting in there because we figure he's gonna be better, like faster than us.
I mean, that's a hell of an assumption to make. But I feel you.
I mean, I was like,
And we
like if
don't
we put
know. We
ourselves
don't know. I've
together,
heard
like
him
we could
babble.
probably,
I've
yeah,
heard him babble. I'm like, the nigga could probably piece a sentence together in the
he's
next.
coming up with it.
Yeah, the next 2 months, you might piece a sentence together.
You know, dad talk. But that's just the type of shit that I'm like, okay, look, I told myself
Where are
forever
my
ago.
pants, father?
I told myself forever ago, and I was younger. I was like, I'm gonna wait to have a kid. I don't want a child to make me a man. Blah 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 blah. But I was like, I didn't understand. I was like, if you really give a fuck about your kid, like, because some niggas don't. I mean, like, some niggas just leave. And I mean, not just niggas, but like some men just leave.
Yeah,
So
some
for
people in
me,
general just leave.
yeah. So for me, when I saw the little motherfucker, I was like, oh yeah, no, I've got no other choice but to
Yeah, I'm
like
here
care
for
for.
this.
Like, I'm here for this. Like,
Yeah,
and the thing
he's a
is,
good
like,
kid.
being here for this doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna go well. Like, it just means that I'm like, okay, well, I want it to go well so bad that I'm gonna motherfucking, you know, try and learn as much as possible. We're gonna try to filter shit. We're gonna try to see what you like and shit like that. I'm gonna
True.
stand in the. I'm gonna have awkward, weird conversations with my family about how I'm choosing to do shit. Because I'm
True.
like, I literally look at people and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that way. So we're not gonna do that. And they're like, what? Huh? And I'm like, yeah, no. What
Yeah,
do
we're
you
not
mean?
doing that. And I applaud you for it.
It's a big surprise because everybody's like, what do you mean? LJ said no.
How could he?
How could he say no?
Well, put the cereal in the bottle or whatever the fuck.
He didn't just not answer the phone. Like, he didn't just dip. Like, no, I just had talked it out.
That's good. That's good. I mean, that's growth for you personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know, like, over the past, like, however many months, you know what I mean? Like, you've had your own personal growth and, you know, likewise. And
hopefully,
all that other shit.
like, I mean, like, I'm proud. First of all, you know, getting this out there because guys, we gotta appreciate, you know, brotherhood and shit like that. Very proud of you, by the way. You got to rank up. No, don't just act.
Yeah, I mean, but who gives a fuck?
That, you know, that's like I give a fuck. Your girl give a fuck. The pocketbook give a fuck.
I guess. I mean, I just started getting paid. But
shout out to you, nigga. Hey, how many times have you been the Best Buy this week?
3 times, but I was looking for a cord in particular.
Yeah, see, I'm just saying.
The wife is starting her like content shit, and I'm trying to make sure her shit looks better than our shit. So
hey, shout out to her. That's the way it should be. Make sure wifey's doing better than you.
Gotta make sure that the people that you take care of do better than
are
you.
grinding better than you. Like, I mean, like, I feel like if you're not really a support system, you ain't just kind of behind the scenes.
We had a back and forth like today though over like OBS, and I was like, "Look, nigga, this is how you do it." But that's beside the point.
But this is what YouTube said.
I personally have fun having mistakes, like making mistakes. Like, I have a great time doing it. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And like, whether people tell me what I'm doing or not, I'm just gonna do what the fuck I feel like doing, regardless.
Of course.
Everybody's not like that. It's cool. The wife.
But I mean, that's the thing. Is like some people are built different. I mean, not like built different like as a flex.
We're all built the same. But
I mean, everybody's the same body. What I mean is that some people operate differently, right? Like, we've had 4 years of time. I mean, our entire lives of being brothers, right? And then 4 years of content creation, almost 5. Shout out to us.
Yeah,
but of content creation to try to, like, you know, we have various degrees of success, various degrees of failure. Like, where we
know what button to hit to make the button do the button thing.
Exactly. Like, I mean, to a degree, we've worked ourselves out into a groove. This is the first time you and the wife are going at something that is like hers. And so I completely get the fucking, like, the fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Motherfucking disconnect. I understand, like, having a fucking, like, a back and forth or two, you know.
I'm just saying, these niggas take me as a joke. They think I'm a fucking joke. They don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
They don't think I understand what the fuck I'm doing, but, you know, I do this.
Like that big spec in.
This nigga shaking the camera. He's so hype. Or is that your girl back there shaking the shit out the camera?
Yeah. Get back.
That's my dog. Yeah, your wifey. I'm still, excuse me. Man. But nah, like I said, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of, like, you know, the marriage situation, the fact that you and her held it down long distance, man. Your girl, I love the fact that my sister.
Know, what's crazy is, like, deployment is, to me, is just not long distance. You know what I'm saying? To me, deployment is a circumstance. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, this is where we are. And I don't necessarily look at it like, you know, like long distance or not, because I wouldn't even be in a situation with somebody that didn't understand where I was at, type shit.
Got you. You communicate how you can. You get things done how you can. You operate, like, keep it fair.
And I try to reiterate to people all the time, like, I was literally raised by prisoners. I know how to do a bit.
True.
So it's like, you know what I mean? I come back and I'm like, all right, cool. Did my bid. time to reintegrate. And I mean, there's like hiccups and shit every now and again, but like, I don't know. I think it's fine.
I mean, that's a part of the process, man. You can't go back and be like, what do you mean the McRib is gone? It's just gone?
No, but that shit does happen. Like, you come back, it's like, what the fuck happened to fucking...
Hey, man, it was a Hardee's.
What happened to the 4 for $4? What happened to the 4 for $4?
What do you mean it's only a 5 for $5 biggie bag? What the fuck?
5 for $5 biggie bag only.
Hey, man, that's 2 more couches I gotta flip over.
Let me get the bacon double stack and
in a mango lemonade. Is it peach mango? What is
fuck
it?
If I know. They all got the freestyle machine at the Wendy's.
Wait. Your freestyle machine? Are you talking about the ones you can just combine drinks? Or
yeah,
like...
you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't get the 5 for 5? You don't get the 5. You don't get the 4 for 5.
The what? Hold on, the 5 for $5.
The $5 biggie bag. I don't know what goes in the
it's the $5 biggie bag. Don't
was there 5 items in the biggie bag? I just know that I go in there, I grab what I want, and I don't really care what else is there except for the bacon cheeseburger. And
look, you come from the generation of the dollar menu, nigga, right? You know the dollar menu, nigga.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just agreeing with. I was saying that when you pull up to McDonald's, you look at there, you see that menu right there, that little square. Everything in that square you can order. Don't look at anything else.
No, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
Yo,
I'll take a $5 big bag with the X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, exactly. This is how it does it. They've even broke it down. Everything that you can have is in big bold letters, and everything that's modular is in little tiny letters.
I went to McDonald's like 2 days ago, and this is just reintegration shit. But I went to a fucking McDonald's, and this has probably always been the case, but it just pissed me off today.
This is a completely normal situation, but fuck that.
I went to McDonald's and was like, let me get a double cheeseburger, a large fry, and a fucking, drink or whatever, right? I don't even think I got the drink because fuck the drink. And the niggas was like $8.75, and I really wanted to reach into the fucking window and be like, what you mean?
Hold on, man. I did the math. I know what the fuck that shit costs. It's been costing the same shit forever. What do you mean?
But it will eternally be the best thing on on the McDonald's menu. So whatever.
Hey, man, look, there's no such thing as never wanting one of those. You can always go for one. I had somebody come through the crib.
You know how you get the double cheeseburger? You got like the wrapper, right? You undo the wrapper, and it's got the little cheese stuck on the side.
Yeah, then you just take your teeth and you just scrape it off the paper.
Shout out to Dejiboo for bringing that up. I was like, that shit changed my life. That nigga
was like, hey, that cheese on that paper.
Nigga don't even know that shit changed my life.
Yo, shout out Dejiboo for just being a nigga, a cousin that just gave haircuts. It was like, Dejiboo, when you need a haircut, about once, twice a month, depending on how bald you want to be.
And I don't, now that I cut hair like on a regular basis, like I understand why Dejiboo did what he did,
how he operates.
I get it.
Because like the big
that episode of Atlanta where like the nigga is like doing side quests while he's cutting hair.
Did he?
Totally get it.
Totally. Episode is barbershop and the character is Bibby. It's like, hey man, let's go over here, pick up this lumber.
Totally get it. Because like you don't understand, like you got to spend 30 minutes with a nigga, spending time with him to make him look good. But I got so many other things that I gotta do.
But so like, do they book appointments or do they just?
Yeah. Basically, for those that don't know, like I'm a retail services specialist, so like I do like sales and service specialities or whatever on ships or whatever. So one of the services that we offer is like cutting hair and shit. So like you post the list for the niggas that you can cut the hair of the day prior. And if you want to get a haircut, the best way to do it is to just get on the list because I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just be here and I'm gonna cut whoever's the fuck is on that list.
Who's out there on the list, man.
Right. And I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I feel like doing in that moment. You know what I mean? Whether it's watch this or watch that or whatever. Right. But niggas will always come up and be like, yo, bro, when you got time? Like, I don't have time. There's me having time. I don't have time. I don't have time.
Put your name on the list.
Put your name on the list and you'll have my time. But niggas don't want to do that.
So anyway. I mean, so you telling me that you number one, you the what's that nigga in barbershop's name? The white dude? Isaac. You the Isaac of the boat.
Was he the best barber in barbershop?
Remember, he couldn't. He was in the first chair, right? Because he was new and nobody was coming to him, and everybody would go to the nigga that became a lawyer. I forgot there was a barbershop 3, by the way.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I watched it recently. I was like, oh shit, I've watched all three now, and it's crazy. I remember now. I have a son. It's different. It's crazy. But either way, yeah, no, Isaac, the white dude, or Italian. He's probably Italian.
He's probably Italian. You talking about the white dude with the lineup?
Yeah, Isaac,
Black
because he
hair.
starts the first movie, he's no, he's whack, and the dude's like, you don't even know what the fuck culture vulture boo de boo. You okay? Well, cool, prove it. And he cuts his hair, and it's like
Plymouth Rock, let it. I don't know what happened in barbershop anymore. It's such a bad.
they played that dope ass
it's not a
song.
bad
He
movie,
cut
but
he cut that nigga that looks like Tay Diggs' hair, and
yeah,
then
that nigga.
yeah,
Cool.
why
Put
does
a plug in the kid's head. Yeah,
yeah, that nigga exactly. Jimmy, that was his name. God damn.
No, that's drumline.
Yeah, damn, another haircut scene. We should just do a deep cut of all the haircut scenes because it's always a montage.
I don't want no more parts of it. I'm good. I'm good.
No more haircut jokes. Oh, that nigga poured the real bottle. I was just like, tweed, watermelon tweed.
All right.
Nah, but that ass. And the second movie, he's the best barber. Everybody's requesting him. Same with the third movie.
Right.
Yeah,
don't
he
give
just
a fuck about
barber. So either way, I made a reference and I needed to explain it. So you were the motherfucking top flight of the barber.
Yeah, but that's just because I provided the best experience. But I mean, y'all can listen to that episode for.
Excuse me. I know you said you necessarily want to retread Browner, but I was like,
we can, but I'm also just like,
I see the energy, for it. I'm like,
the baby gotta, yeah. I want to make sure you say at the dog.
Hey, speaking of barbershop,
you know that song "Doghouse" by Ravon with Isaiah Rashawn?
No.
You
got to throw a clip on it. I don't.
Who let the dogs out? Cheat on my bitch in the doghouse. My Rosie Presidential in the White House. Still know that song?
Nah, but the bar, I'm here for it. I'm already on it.
It's good.
Shout out the way we share music. I love that. Give me 2-3 bars, and if I'm really
that'll make me buy in. That'll make me buy in. Now,
because here's the deal. That lives in your mind so much so that you can come and perform it slightly. Like to me,
that nigga said cheat on my bitch in the doghouse, and I would never. But
absolutely not.
No, of course not. But fucking
in the doghouse.
When that nigga said that shit, I was like, that nigga. He cooking.
Damn. Nah, damn, I had a whole thing, but now you got me hype about these fucking bars. So
it's crazy.
But nah, you asking
bubblegum in a dish. How many bitches do you get?
Oh, wait a minute. That's my shit.
I hate when niggas want to play bubblegum. But anyway.
That's what the fuck I was gonna say. Speaking of barbershops and shit like that, right? Like, so kiddo, right? Son, his hair is curly as fuck, right? It's starting to get long as shit. Like it's in his eyebrows and shit. And
it's long, but I don't want to call it curly as shit.
Long as shit. I mean, it's not curly. It's curling up. It's getting curly. It was long and straight at first. Now it's getting curly. So I'm like, the melon is showing. But we're having this discussion. We're like, when the fuck are we gonna cut his hair?
At 2 years old.
Is that what that? You're a professional barber. Is that normal?
I cut hair professionally. I'm not a professional barber, but I think that at that point in time, you'll have a good idea of like what style will work for him. And I think that like kids in general, when you put like clippers to their head, they like act weird. They don't want that. They want the quietest clipper and all that other shit. It's just not worth it if they can't talk and tell you what they fucking feel.
Shout out to you, man, because that's all the shit in my brain. I'm like, oh, too, that makes sense. I can just let that shit rock. Whatever happens.
I think that if you just let his hair grow till 2 and then be like, you know what, let's cut it and see how he feels.
Man, I'm here for that shit. I needed that. I dead ass because it's like the weirdest little shit stays in my brain. I'm like, oh man, he's got this motherfucking rashy spot on his fucking back left ankle. So I mean, is that like vitiligo? Is at the beginning of it? He's already like
probably not. That's just paranoia. And I know that you like a helicopter parent. At least that's what everybody tells me. So who knows?
I'll wear that proudly. It's weird. I'm not mad at being a helicopter dad. I'm quite literally like, you know what? If there's gonna be one, let me be the first.
I mean, of all the niggas to be the helicopter, it should be you. You are the dad. And she is the mom. So I mean, y'all should raise the kid however the fuck y'all feel like. I applaud niggas who are gonna raise the kid however the fuck they feel like.
I think you should. I mean, I'm not saying there's a bunch of generational curses. I'm just saying that, like, when in terms of parents and shit like that, I realized since I've had this baby, I have not fixed my mouth to talk shit about anybody's parents.
True
It's
that.
crazy. I literally have not. I like every time I see somebody doing shit, I'm like, hey man, hold on, be strong, nigga, because I see you. I
Raising
see
a
you.
kid gotta be hard. I get it. I
I
totally
was
get
like,
it.
I did not really notice any of these dads out here in Walmart until just then. I was like, I see you, dog. Try it. Keep
He
going.
trying. He walking them around.
He outside with it.
He outside
He
with the kid.
outside with
He
it.
outside with the kid.
Yeah, I can
My
tell
question
it's
to
a
you
rush.
though is so. I mean, as a dad or whatever, right? Like, we
First
know the
time
kid.
pops,
We know the kid is a mulatto child, and of course, you gotta
dad
expose them to
segment.
like anime and all that other shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Are you gonna expose him to him like the nigga way, or are you gonna just like let him? You know what?
I
You
can't.
can't even do
Is
that
I was gonna
shit.
say I'm a nigga, so unfortunately I can only show him the nigga way. Like, but
I mean, your wife not a nigga. Like,
no, she's not. And but the thing is that like she's also grew up poor. So like you know what's the nigga way? It's poor. But what's weird is that we don't plan
the
on it
nigga
and we're
way
not.
is not exclusively poor. But go
No,
ahead.
that's true. That's true. For me, right? The way I plan on it, because I talked to with my wife about, I was like, hey, is there anything culturally you want to teach our son? She's like, culturally? Like, you understand that like
You was probably sitting
my
there like, oh,
part Native American, part Jewish, part German, part well, I don't know about German, but something that's Slavic in that area. But she's got like she's like I'm
Germans
kind of a
aren't
mutt.
Slavs. But anyway,
Either way, she's like I'm kind of a mutt. Like when it comes to that kind of stuff, and as far as it goes, we don't have any exclusive traditions that we really follow. You got to remember that the broken home, dead mom, like all that good shit. Like it's not necessarily there's not a lot that I'm bringing over.
yeah. What am I gonna put on the kid?
Yeah, so nothing culturally, but as far as it goes, like value wise, that's when it was like, okay, well, I can get behind that. Most of these values line up. I've never seen anything that's like we wouldn't have jailed the way we do if we had like such crazy opposite values when it came to shit. So easy day. But as far as the nigga stuff, yeah, no, I'm very like we watch Gracie's Corner. That's like really what we like enjoy watching, or Paw Patrol, right? But not a lot of like white kids on TV. It's not like it's
Fair
funny,
enough. I mean,
but it's
like,
not
how do you
like
feel about like the nigga that wrote? Do you listen to SZA? I don't know if you
I
really
love
listen
SZA.
to SZA. Like you like SZA, but I don't know if you listen.
I mean,
To
excuse me,
SZA.
I like SZA, but I don't listen to a lot of SZA. I mean, I catch what's on the radio. I catch some of the B sides that are really good when
Okay,
Spotify
so I don't
recommends
know
them.
if you heard like the new SZA album or the newer SZA album.
I mean, it wasn't a single from the newest season SZA album. Like I would kill my boyfriend and his girlfriend too.
Yeah. Okay. So Snooze. I can't lose
Oh
when
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with
nah, with
you.
you. Yeah, okay,
So
yeah, I got
that
that
was
one.
written by like Leon
Leon
Thompson,
Bridge, yeah, Leon Thomas, yeah.
who
From
is Tyrone in the
Victorious.
Backyardigans.
Oh shit, he's Tyrone in the Backyardians as well.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if like that's
Shout
one
out
of
to
those.
you for not making him fucking homie from Victorious.
Yeah, I mean he's bigger than that. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was also a
he's bigger
homie
than that.
from Insecure, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, yeah,
But
damn.
like so you got niggas like that and like those types of melodies or whatever. So like, you're showing them Gracie's corner, and like they got all like the little drum breaks and shit.
Yeah, so he loves 808s and shit like that. Like I can tell very
But
much.
everybody loves 808s and shit like
It's
that.
true. People like bass, but he like snare drums. But what really got me though, or what let me know, because the thing is that yes, I showed him all that stuff too, right? But I also have those days where I'm like, damn, I want to listen to some Alanis Morissette. I know it's weird and lame, but yeah, like Alanis Morissette. I went
Like
on a Foo
Alanis.
Fighters.
Enough
I went on.
about you. Let's talk about us for a
Hey,
minute. Enough about life.
yes, let's talk
I don't know the words.
yeah, no, but because I love that you gave with the me. God damn, that shit was fucking
You
fire.
know it.
Yeah, yes.
I like
But
Alanis.
nah, I get Foo Fighters binges. Right, I watched the whole the back and forth documentary. Well, the back and forth, the album, right? But it was fucking times like these. I don't remember the name of the goddamn but either way, the album is back and forth. So I end up listening to a lot of Foo Fighters, and he's into heavy guitars, and he likes that too.
Not
Like
true.
I think he just likes energy. That's his kind of thing. He's like, if I'm hyped, then typically he's hyped. It's not like if typically he'll feed off whatever energy's in the room, but he has developed this thing where like if you do introduce it to him more than once and he does like it, he will. Like I can absolutely confirm my baby loves Morris Brown by Outkast. Like that's for sure. That's been from the time that he was a fucking like 2 month old to now. Like I can say that will always be a hit. It doesn't miss.
Okay.
Like it'll wake that nigga up. It'll make him turn his head immediately. Like as soon as the whistle comes on, he's there. So he likes the way you move. That's another one. It's an easy day, but it was like a go-to when he was a baby.
Big respect. Okay.
So it's like I can see him forming things that he likes. So I can see him forming like not opinions, but just general like what's it's whatever's polarizing to him, whatever he finds interesting. Like I'm trying to like push him towards that. I'm like, oh, okay, you seem to like this. I'm gonna show you a bunch of this different type of stuff and see what you like react to. At the same time, you are a baby, so if something moves a foot and a half away from you, it's going to obviously distract you. So
well,
it's just I do a lot of experiment with his little ass. I'm just like, all right, what do you like? What are you checking out here? We try, he's eating now, so we can all sorts of different foods and shit. Like anything that gets the neurons firing on this motherfucker, I'm like, yeah.
Whatever connects to okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
But as far as the black thing, yes, absolutely. Like I try to make it a penchant for him to understand that it is completely not only normal, but like, that black, you'll see a lot of black people
as
anyway.
Much as he knows.
Yeah, exactly.
As and I mean,
yeah, it doesn't mean that I'm never going to show the kid fucking like a Coco Melon. It doesn't mean that he's not going to watch, because he watches the animes and all the anime characters look white. So it's like,
exactly. I mean, but it is what it is. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to segue into the thing.
Oh no, you're great. Here's what I'm gonna do for you. But now, in the process of all of that, right, I still try to keep up with some of the wild shit that's going on in the days, in the fucking zeitgeist and all the fucking internets and shit like that. And so there's no way that we can open a pod, especially with after giving you all this stuff, without getting a little current eventy. Like, so y'all know about the interview that heard around the world, the thing that kicked off 2024. Did you see the Katt Williams Shay? First of all, did you know that Shannon Sharp had a podcast?
I actually did not.
Yeah, me fucking neither, actually.
I respect the fuck out of Shannon Sharp as like a broadcaster.
First of all, I was gonna say, first of all, let me not shade Shannon Sharp for not knowing he had a podcast, right? Because like that was the episode, like, I don't know. First of all, I think it was episode 6, but that's just me trying to pull something from my general brain library. But nah, Shannon Sharp had no idea he had a podcast, but suddenly I'm getting texts from mom talking about, have you heard about this Katt Williams
I saw
podcast?
The same thing, and I'm just like, come on, mom. But anyway, what's that the point?
So I mean, I went in and I checked it out because I mean, like, the thing was going up. She's like, it's got 5 million views in like a day and a half. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I can't disagree with 5 million people. So, I mean, I can. That's not true. I can totally
definitely disagree with 5 million people. Who gets a fuck?
Absolutely. There's not. But either way, I checked it out and it was just as wild as I thought. Did you end up watching all 3 hours?
I did. I watched it. I watched all 3 hours. And you also got to remember, like, I've been a Katt Williams fan. You've been a Katt Williams fan for
shit. We're going on at least 20 years. I'm 31 now. I know I was at least 11 when I watched my first Katt Williams
game.
And I mean,
what came out before? Was Pimp Chronicles the first?
It's Pimpin' maybe? No, that's not that. No, it's Pimpin' was after that. Is it though? Because like I remember it's Pimpin' because the fucking it had it written on his head, and I remember the Pimp Chronicles. But I think Pimp Chronicles Part 1 might be the green suit. Like either way, I know that before all of that, Friday After Next, right? I think that was my first introduction to Katt Williams, Money Mike, that type of situation. Friday After Next. Yeah, I think that was. Because before his stand up, it was definitely Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, that's when we started getting into like that's when Pop started picking up the CDs. I mean, the DVDs.
So Katt Williams Live came out first.
Yeah.
Then
which is the one with the fucking. He's long haired and got the fucking fedora on.
Yeah. Long hair, fedora, live in the background. And then It's Pimpin' came out. And then World Tour, some other shit came out.
So It's Pimpin' was before Pimp Chronicles. Okay. Gotcha. Either way.
No. It's Pimpin', American Hustle. Katt Williams Live, American Hustle. It's Pimpin'.
There's no way. Shit. There's
No,
no
for
way.
sure.
Pimp Chronicles got to
Because he
be
was coming
over
out to hustling, and that was
every day
definitely the
of
song.
hustling. Either way, like the thing is that he chronicled his whole goddamn life half their way.
Yeah, no, for sure, and I can track his career to a certain point.
Yeah, it's Pimp. It's because Pimp Chronicles came out in 2006, and the part 2 came out in 2007.
Right,
And Pimpin', I don't think.
Hustling came out in 2006.
Yeah, it's Pimpin' was 2008. So yeah, we got that. Yeah, it's Pimp. It's definitely Pimp Chronicles.
Right.
These are the underground ones.
And the only reason
it's like it's literally like arguing Medea plays. I'm like, yeah, nigga.
Which is also another subsect of Black culture that I'm like, I don't really trust you if you don't have that knowledge. Anyway.
Right, exactly. It's like, hey, look, if you're not really, the thing is, I can't trust your opinion if you didn't come from a time frame of like a possible bootleg Medea movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I'm not like a play, I'm a bootleg Medea play.
Yeah, like, for sure. And I think that like the niggas that have seen like what's the first one? Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah, the first one that came out. If you've seen the movie before you saw the play, I'm like,
But that's the thing is like, you know, with the plays and stuff like that, they're rooted in music.
And that's not to qualify blackness, but I also think that like that's just a part of Black entertainment that I
feel like, no, there's a degree of culture where it's like if you say you're into Black entertainment or something to that degree, like I can verify whether or not like that'll put a stamp on you faster than a lot of things. If you know,
feel like you got a better understanding of like the timeline of shit. Because like in that 2006 period or 2006 to 2009 period, like there were like all the Illuminati allegations and all that other shit.
Everybody was selling their soul. Like everybody had already given it up
when was the first time you ever heard about
Illuminati or
the
somebody?
Dress?
You know what's weird? So here's what's wild, right? The first time I ever heard about the dress as a concept. By the way, shout out, you rocking that part in your eyebrow. I don't think nobody noticed that shit. This nigga,
these old rags.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I brought that to the streets.
Anyway, I see you out there. But no, fuck, what was I saying before I got off on your part? The dress. The first time I ever heard about the dress was after Dave Chappelle's fucking ousting. After he left Comedy Central. And he did the
2005.
Yeah, he did the Oprah interview. And when he did the Oprah interview, that was the first time he was like, I really
was it Oprah?
Yeah, it was Oprah. He was talking to Oprah and he was like, why I gotta put every brother in a dress? And then it was like, bing, like right before you hit superstardom, you gotta get in a dress. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I mean, shit. It's
06.
It's pretty open. Like there's a lot of niggas in dresses right now. I mean, like Big Mama's House 2 was getting ready to jump. Like
true, but okay. Cool. So I think we're here. Like, I think that it's important to kind of explain
how we got here or like
no, what the dress is.
Got you. Damn, yeah, Big Mama's House 2 was 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
actually have Big Mama's House on VHS in the other room right now.
That's my nigga, right? Yo, man. Oh, is that? Did you got another Big Mama? Do you got another flashlight in your pocket?
My name is Hattie Mae Pierce.
God damn it. Good time, but this is us laughing at this
at the dress.
Big deal.
Right.
this
hold on, I'm gonna go get that motherfucker real quick. Hold on. Just hang tight.
I'm sorry, you made me spit take. That was ridiculous. But to give a brief like little setup about the dress situation, Katt Williams, after doing all this airing out situation, did a lot of accusations about. I mean, I'll say the first time he really brought up the dress situation was with talking about fucking Ricky Smiley and the fact that he was like, it's in my contract that the next time that motherfucker's in the movie with me, is gonna be wearing a dress. And voila, first Sunday. And I mean, who knows whether or not that's verifiable? What we can't say is that the next role, the big role that they saw him in was, the dress in First Sunday, which was that, silly Ice Cube Bow Wow movie. No, it wasn't the Ice Cube Bow Wow. I mean, Ice Cube was in the movie. Ice Cube and who the fuck else was in Goddamn Me First Sunday? Who's the funny?
I remember. I know Katt Williams.
Tracy Morgan? Was it Tracy?
Katt Williams was in First Sunday.
Yeah, Katt Williams, Ricky Smiley. I was just kind of giving a build up about when Katt Williams first kind of brought up the dress and shit.
What was the context in which we were speaking?
Oh, the fact that he brought up Ricky Smiley. He said the next time I work with Ricky Smiley, he's going to be wearing a dress.
Okay,
and that was
by the way. Here's Sunday. Here's Big Mama's House.
He wasn't lying
on VHS right here. Special edition. I don't actually trust any nigga that didn't have this in the house at some point.
It's true, man. If I couldn't look at your little VHS bookshelf or a fucking rack or a pile or a box, like and see at least 3-4 black movies, I knew this wasn't really the household to have.
Not
There was
just not just
there was a
black
certain way
movies,
to
right?
be.
But like, you know what I mean? Like
Oh no, just the trash
everybody had
movies, man.
Norbit on fucking DVD. Everybody fucking had
Big Mama's House 1 or 2.
you could do without Nutty Professor. I think
One Friday. No, I mean not everybody had a Friday, but like a flubber.
no,
right?
everybody had a Friday. There was one Friday in the fucking okay.
At least one.
And I'm not over here to shit on niggas who didn't have that. Like
Sometimes you didn't have a VCR.
blackness.
I understand.
Who didn't have a VCR?
A lot of niggas
Name 3 niggas that you know right now that didn't
have a VCR. 3 niggas. I mean, that grew up. I know niggas that were born after 2000. Like, you know.
Okay, that's different, but I'll bleep their names if you don't. like within a time appropriate. Like,
yeah, no, okay,
context.
yeah, no, that I can completely agree with. Like, if you were born within at least a certain, like, if you were born before 99, like, yeah, you probably had.
Did you explain the dress?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I just explained how we got to the dress. Okay, so again, I brought up Dave Chappelle because
I think that there's value in like highlighting like why this particular interview and all this other shit that he had stated in this thing is culturally significant because like you know I mean there's other podcasts that have talked about like and just other media outlets that have talked about how like this man had an interview that specifically spoke on black issues or black
I saw that as well. Dave Chappelle, actually speaking of Dave Chappelle, he actually voiced his opinion. I know that dates dates the pod a bit, but he did voice his opinion on that situation, saying that it was like, "Hey man, you're one of the best painters in the industry. Why are you painting ugly pictures of us?" Which is just basically saying it was like not one person that you talked about
in particular.
He was saying that in terms of like not one comedian that Katt Williams brought up at that time was white, and if we're having a discussion about power and gatekeeping and things like that
bullshit.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. Like to me, when Katt Williams did that shit, it was like this is what Katt Williams has literally always done.
Yeah, no, you can't. I don't understand people being crazy about the fact that Katt Williams was coming for all these individuals because well, I mean, to a degree, right? Because I don't necessarily think that Katt Williams in a previous interview has gone so heavily at so many.
No, but he has though.
At the same time.
Maybe not an interview, but from a subjective standpoint, right?
For sure. No, that I can kind of get behind.
Mm-hmm.
But like what I mean there is that like absolutely subject matter, right? He is referencing individuals, but not saying a lot of names. This time was what I think was so crazy was because we're coming for a lot of different individuals, but nobody, Joe Budden fucking mentioned that he was like, nobody else could probably get that in.
Niggas.
Exactly. He said nobody else could probably get that interview other than Shannon Sharpe because of the fact that Shannon Sharpe's platform was where a lot of this shit was said, right? Okay. And that's why I brought up the fact that I was like, did you know that Shannon Sharpe had a platform prior to? Either way, you know, all
outside
that shit.
Outside of ESPN.
Exactly, right. But outside all that shit, let me go ahead and get to the dress, right? Dave Chappelle brings up the fact he's like, why does it seem like every brother before they get to a certain level of stardom has to be in a dress? And in which case, a lot of you are thinking, well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, look at Will Smith and like look at Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman. Like these are individuals that never had to put on a dress, as far as we know. Like, I mean, not as far as we know. That's not to fucking insinuate that they did put on dresses or something like that. I'm just saying these are individuals that haven't. I don't think Morgan Freeman has ever cross-dressed on camera. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he does in the past, or I mean, not in the past, but in the comfort of his own home. Yeah, I'm not to infer that Morgan Freeman cross-dresses, but the thing about the dress situation is that it did, like the way that Dave put it, right? And this was just kind of a blanket statement for a larger problem, right? He felt like there was, to a degree, the dress represented the emasculation of the black man to the public, to the widespread media before they're allowed to make a certain leap or a jump in stardom, right? Before they're allowed to cross over to what's known as the mainstream, to these blockbuster movies and roles and things like that, then you need to appear as a,
emasculated black man.
Yeah. So, and then that's one theory. There's another theory that is like, to a degree, there's this attraction to the black male, to the black figure and
Mhm.
form, that some individuals that are using their power to kind of like take advantage of individuals who and want to see these people in these like effeminate roles and things like that, or to a degree for their own fucking pleasure, or own just
Right. Like
peace of mind or
you
whatever the
have to
fuck
have a black man in like an emasculating
agenda.
role
Yeah.
to kind of. And I think that I don't know exactly when it started, right? I think
Yeah.
like particularly in the 90s, I think that a lot of people forget that one of Will Smith's first breakout roles was in like a movie called 6 Degrees of Separation, where
Was
he
he
played
cross
like
dressed?
no, he didn't cross dress, but he played like a man who was implied to be homosexual.
Mm.
Hmm.
And that's another thing. I was like I said when I said the dress is representative, is that there's a lot of it's any emasculation, but not just that. Denzel Washington actually has a point. He spoke on an interview where he was like, before I got like my Oscar nominated role in Freedom, they had me they kept pushing this script on me of this kind of, and he called it the nigga they couldn't kill. Like that was the thing that they could kind of the quoting him, the nigga they couldn't kill, because he's like, look, and they think it's really funny. It was like, they hang him and it doesn't work, and then they electrocute him and it doesn't work, and then they keep it's like,
The
so
unkillable nigga.
the unkillable nigga, basically. So they were like, Denzel is perfect for you. You got to do it. And he was like, no, because he's like one of his mentors, somebody in the game that's been there for a while, was basically like, you only get to come out once, essentially.
Hmm.
It's like the first
You
few
only get to
roles that
break
you
out
pick.
once.
Yeah, exactly. Your first the first few roles you pick can kind of dominate your career for the rest of your life. And so you really have to be thinking about what you're going to star in, especially when you're first starting out and shit like that. And so he said no on that, and he passed, and then you went to Freedom and got that. But this is another situation of like not just emasculating, but like placing them in roles that are like, oh, this is funny. And maybe to them that was funny. But Denzel also brings up, he's like, but I also, there's a lot of Jewish guys, not to make any
Yeah,
correlation
we would
there.
never.
Yeah, but he's a lot of Jewish guys. He was like, what if I was like, we gathered a bunch of Jews together, and they all get in there and they're supposed to go take a shower, and they get in there and it's gas, huh? And they're like, whoa, what the fuck? And he's like, well, I mean, see, that's not funny, but as soon as it is about a black man, it's hilarious.
Mhm. I
So
think that the narrative of black emasculation has, I'm not gonna say gotten out of hand, because like it's something that I've been exposed to since I was a fucking like early teen.
yeah, I mean, because again, we're speaking about Big Mama's House, things to that degree in
Well, not
2006.
not even just that, just like the concept that there was something wrong with it. Because like when you're like
I
when
see.
you're like, what year did this fucking movie come out? Goddamn,
2006 or two.
this
Oh no,
says
2000.
this shit says 2000.
Oh no,
So
that's one. Yeah, so 2000. I was about to say,
okay, so
but
like
you got
in before that, like you have Big Mama's House, you have fucking
yeah,
Nutty Professor, where he played like the fat version of his mom, like his aunt or some shit.
yeah,
All that shit, you know what I mean?
definitely. And I mean, because the thing was that I started looking into it. Have you heard about Holiday Heart?
Yeah, with Bing Rames.
Ving Rhames, right? That's a cross dress movie. 2000. Damn, that's the year 2000. Hold on, let me look, because there's another one here. Because Wesley
Right.
Snipes. I was trying to remember when Wesley
And that's
Snipes.
the one with him and who was it? Not Robert De Niro.
Was
It
it
was
Woody
Sylvester. One of
Harrelson?
them
Like,
Italian
yeah,
niggas.
he was with another couple of guys. It wasn't just
Yeah.
him it wasn't just him in drag. I mean, like cross dressing, I don't know, but it is cross dressing, because I mean it's an individual dressing up as a different gender,
Mhm. I mean,
or dressing up to identify as another gender.
okay, true. I mean, and once again, I think that that's just the status of entertainment at the time.
I mean that is a long list. I mean that's back to back essentially.
I think that a lot of
that's
these niggas who are like taking issue with,
Mhm.
not even just issue, just like taking all this
that
to a
haven't.
certain point,
Yeah,
are really just being like not extremely, but like homophobic as fuck.
to a degree. I mean, well, so let's not one right.
But
Masculine,
also keep in mind, homosexuality was a point of comedy at a certain point.
to a degree, like I completely understand. Like not even to a degree, like it was if you looked at an Xbox chat room, like it was just definitely homosexuality
Even
was something.
before that, bro.
I'm just saying, like as up to that, even as late as Xbox chat room. So even
Okay.
before that, like
All
when
right. Then I'll give you even as late as, right?
Mhm.
Like Xbox chat rooms or whatever the fuck, gay
Yeah.
chicken, whatever the fuck.
So like the homophobia being like a normal joking laughter thing, but
Like,
also what I'll say is this: that even more to that point is that like the values of being a man at the time, right, was a different situation. Some individuals, and I think another funny thing about this is anybody that's mentioning the dress thing is Muslim. Um,
I get where you're going here. I don't want
I'm not saying that. I'm
to.
not. Again, what I'm saying is not nothing against Muslims. I'm saying that in that culture, masculine values are held very high, right?
True.
And
And
that,
that's hip hop too.
yeah, but that's another group of Muslims.
Hip hop is another group of.
I mean, I'm saying it was started by
There are a group of
there
Muslims
are
that
a
like hip
group of
hop.
Muslims that can definitely say that they were started
I
in hip hop.
won't give you this all the way, but I
Wu
tell you,
Tang, a good
they're not
deal of
all
Wu Tang
Muslims.
Clan are
They're not all
Muslim. I don't,
Muslims.
but the founding, the
Some of them
nigga
are
that
five
they call
percenters. Some of them are Muslims. Some of
the
them are
5%ers.
just
Yeah, excuse me. You gotta actually fucking
right. I
either
would
way,
more
either
say
place.
extremist religious
Exactly. These are individuals.
popular subcultures.
Damn. I was like, exactly. These are individuals that masculine values are held very high, right? And so to a degree, right, the issue, right, mind you, them having the feeling of not wanting to dress, right, not to wanting to put on a dress, right, is I don't think wrong. I think that you should have complete autonomy over your body. I think that when you come out and you pick a role or
Across the
something like
board,
that,
yeah.
yeah, I think that when you pick a role or something like that, like you have the ability to say no, and if you don't, and then you can push it and you lose that role, that just happens because you said
Yeah.
no,
And you
right?
have
And
to
that's
accept that you lost that role.
exactly, and that's something that Kat was talking about. Is like it does. I'm not that person. If I say no, I pass on it. You don't want me. You want this person, and I'll shoot that way. But that's the thing is like if that individual says no, right, the issue that a lot of people had, and the thing that's pointed out is that if you do say no, right, then suddenly you get the angry black man, you get the he's difficult to work with, you'll never work in this town again, all of that type of shit. Like that's where the issue, right? Because the thing is that yes, right, the question of whether or not it's emasculating, the question of whether or not it's homophobic is all there and it's there to be talked about and discussed. But the abuse of power is obvious, right? The fact that if someone says no to this situation, the clear cut signs that they're not like they can be blackballed, and that's why some individuals don't say no, right? That's why you get Terry Crews, like, and we've talked about the Terry Crews situation,
Boy,
right?
is that a great example.
Yeah,
But
I'm like, but like we talked about that. Like that's a very big man. That's a strong man. That's Damon, right? That is an individual that like. Okay, we believed that he was really gonna try to do something to Katt Williams in that bathroom, right? But that was the thing, right? And then also we believed in his white.
I'm like, I'm trying to think about crunching on your balls.
Oh, good times, good
Good
times.
times, good for him.
But I'm saying this, right? That individual, right? Even him. Oh shit, I'm over. But even him,
You are
right?
over, and I'm
Was
trying to figure out
subject.
how we gonna.
I was looking at the time. My time on my fucking my computer is fucked up. But like even him, right, is an individual that's been subjected to that emasculation, right? He's been touched. He was assaulted. Yeah, excuse me. He was. I can't think of a better word, right? But to a degree, it's like that's
He
Damon,
was
nigga. Like
assaulted, and I'm not gonna
yeah,
discount that.
yeah.
Right.
So I mean, like, but
But I
that's
also think that this culture in particular is so unproportionally concerned with being emasculated.
so like now I can agree with you,
I
right?
think across the
But
board, like
2005, right? 2000, early 2000, 1980, all of these different things. I really feel like the fact that gatekeeping existed as well
I
as it
think it
did.
exists now.
I mean, it
Yeah.
still does, but I'm saying that the window for gatekeeping is way lower. Like the gates are
Is the gate put this
the
dress
the
on?
fact that I blah 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 blah. Like we can get into independent bullshit like that, but I'm saying that like the fact that I can walk in here, turn on a camera, and record something and put it out, and then through my own volition make it happen. Right now, to cross over, that's a different thing. We'll probably have to go through a gate, but I'm saying that like you can get a buzz just you like by yourself at this moment, right? But in time in 1980, like you had to kind of go through certain hoops, and the gates were more and more prevalent, right, to get through these types of things. So saying no at one gate could certainly bar you from multiple down the line
Is
because
the
like
gate putting on the fat suit.
The gate, I mean, the fat suit versus the dress. The thing is that
it's all like, to me, it's the same.
The right? One motherfucker that did it right.
And I
right?
think that a lot of times it's like, wait. The one motherfucker, what?
Well, I was saying the one motherfucker that did it right? I'll say is Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm saying, well, and I say really? Did it right? I'm just being honest. I'm not saying that everybody that put the dress on Big Mama said, don't fucking come at me. I'm not saying they're bad movies. He owns it. I love it. I just quoted it. I'm saying that Tyler Perry, right? He, of his own volition, decided to create a motherly character. After multiple workshops and failures and shit like that, he finally found that crux character, Medea, to kind of lead his shows and his universe and all that shit, right? And he was like, the only person that can play that role is me, right? And because it's me, it's funny, right? And we can all agree that Medea is funny. And we know that Medea, as a giant woman, I mean, we can agree that Medea is funny. Like, it doesn't mean she's always funny. I'm just saying that she is funny. Like, but he, as a giant woman and a concept, like, we know that's Tyler Perry, right? But as a character, we know that's Medea.
Okay.
And I mean, I feel like
knowing that that's Tyler Perry or a man in general
does not make me feel
the situation.
Yeah, doesn't make it.
No, it does. Make it like
it does. I mean, yeah, actually, yeah, because there's no way you can get that size of a woman just on a daily basis,
right? And it's just like we're not gonna laugh. We wouldn't laugh if Medea was actually played by like an older black woman.
Exactly.
We might.
It would not be. I mean, it could be. She could be hilarious if it was.
Actually, no, because you think about all the times that he's had like a older black lady sidekick. I'm like, that lady's not nearly as funny.
Now that's sexist. That lady's not nearly as funny as a man in a dress.
I don't care. Because like to me, it's just like I will always acknowledge the humor of this situation. You want to go check in real quick?
I need to. I have to.
Yeah, go check in.
I need to actually. Give me like a 5-minute wrap up, because we actually. Damn, I hate to have to say this, but we might have to fucking finish this later. Or you know what? Let me just go get the baby. I'm not even.
Get the baby and check in with your wife and make sure.
I was just about to come get him. I swear. My clock says 9:32. Hey, what's up?
Cool. Hi, Trey.
Yeah,
there you go. He loves that hat.
Yeah.
Anyways, right. I don't know. I feel like we're so fucking close to. He loves that mic.
I'm listening.
I think that we're preoccupied, right? Because like there's commitment to the art, and then there's commitment to, I don't know, like the culture, right? And when it comes to fucking like this nigga wore a dress, or this nigga did this, or this nigga did that, like we're so hyper focused on it that we're not acknowledging that like the time period that we lived in, or the time period that we were experiencing this entertainment dictated what we saw. And I don't think that today any of that dress shit or any of them niggas putting that shit on means nearly the same shit.
Yeah, no, so here's the deal, right? I get what you mean, right? But that also becomes a situation of, it's a product of the time, it's the times were different. And it's true. I feel like the time does add perspective, right? Time frame, the culture, or what it was, where we've evolved to now, right? Whether or not it was right or wrong. I mean, I get this is gonna sound fucking crazy. Never mind.
No, go ahead. Fuck it.
I'm gonna get it. I'm from the fucking South, right? I've heard. I'm from the South. I've heard all sorts of arguments, right? And the fucking it's about states' rights, it's about Southern pride, it's not about slavery, right? I've heard it a million times, right? And to a degree, I'm like, I understand a group of individuals feeling like their life and culture was at jeopardy, right? I understand them feeling like.
Which individuals are you speaking of?
I'm speaking of white Southerners. I'm speaking about white Southerners feeling like their life was, not their life, but their culture was in jeopardy. And so for me,
just let them bite the hat, nigga. Just let them bite the hat.
Take this. That's what I mean. There we go. All right. But culture.
White Southerners, which I don't even know what fucking point you're making here.
But the thing is, I'm saying that, like, right, these individuals feel like, well, yeah. What point am I making? Excuse me. Because I was what I ended up doing was I'm saying that white Southerners had this kind of reason to bitch and moan about this thing, right? Because to a degree, not every last one of them were slave owners, right? Not every last one of them were individuals that were like profiting off of slavery. A lot of some of these individuals were just like, I don't feel like I don't agree with these values. I feel, they.
You gotta not be distracted by the kid.
First time.
He look like he's chilling.
He is. He's just feeling on stuff. No. I really can't remember what the fucking point was. I was just making the comparison between the individuals that feel like this emasculation is happening to them. Mm-hmm. Because the thing is that because the culture and things are evolving, right, and times are changing, right. That's what it was. It was that, like, at the time, right, there was a Southern, like, belle culture. There was a Victorian Southern culture, right?
Okay.
And so the thing is that was looked down upon by the North. That was considered to be the culture of slavery, right? But to them, this is not the culture of slavery. This is just how we are as a people, right? So any individual that operated in this manner, not to say that all of them were slave owners, but operated in the Victorian.
Why are we talking about slave owners?
I'm just, when you say white Southerners, you think slaves. Right?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let's get on back to the dress.
No, it don't matter. I realize
white Southerners buck breaking either way. Yeah, man. No.
Buck breaking white Southerners the whole night. I just think that, one, seeing a nigga wear a dress is funny. And ultimately, like, that's the point I'm making. Seeing a nigga wear a dress is funny.
Right. To seeing a nigga wearing a dress, right? The reason that we say that Tyler Perry was funny, right, was because it is him in a dress. It is big 6'5", 6'7" fucking Tyler Perry in a motherfucking dress. And it is funny in application there. But is it, I mean, it's not always funny. And there are sometimes moments where I'm like, you know what? Did it happen? Yeah, at the same time, I'm like, no, it could be anybody. Because Joe Budden, they tried to have this conversation.
Nigga Tyler Perry really is like 6'6".
I told you he was like 6'7", 6'6". I just watched this little documentary, Rosemary's Baby or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
Maryland's Baby, something. His mama name Baby, his mama's name is not Baby. I'll say it's his mother's name and then Baby. But it was it's Prime documentary, really good, very informative.
Mm-hmm.
Like lots of like.
So here's my last question, right? Because I think that one thing that I kind of need to like iterate is that I don't think that I think that everybody has to go through, not has to, but there's like a degree of humiliation that comes with trying to get opportunities, right?
Yeah,
and I think that at a certain point, due to the times, like the 90s or whatever the fuck time you want to call it or whatever, right? People wanted to see people cross-dressing, and that was just funny to niggas.
Okay, right? I mean, I can see that. Like, it's like, hey, look,
and I think that there are 100% definitely niggas out there that suck dick to get like roles or whatever, right?
Yeah, no, that was a huge
thing.
Like,
choice to suck dick.
Okay, wait, because we're saying it was their choice to suck the dick, and that's not what we were agreed upon.
Let him grab the mic, nigga. He's fine.
In 2018, no. What the thing is that what they did was, yes, they did decide to suck a dick, because if they didn't suck said dick, their career could be over. And at the same time, like, it could be. I'm just saying.
I don't see anybody saying that about white people at all.
You saying that there are no white men, right? That are saying.
I'm not saying there's no white men that suck their dick to get a role. I will never say that there's not any Caucasian fellows out there that didn't pop a wiener in their mouth to fucking get a role.
Man, I'm gonna be skater.
But I think that the only people who care so much about it are us. And I mean, that probably sounds like anti-cultural or whatever, but
the thing is that because of slavery, right, because of buck breaking, because of taking large masculine males and making them do things and castrating them and all that horrible shit that happened, right? Like there was a degree of
Bing
fear.
Rames is a big nigga. You're right.
Yeah, there's a degree of fear that comes with a very large black man, right? So how do we rob? I mean, how do we change that fear, right? How do we allow that individual to break through and forward without having
Nigga,
that
Wesley
fear?
Snipes is 5'9". I don't want to hear that shit.
No, but Wesley Snipes is 5'9". He's also a martial artist. He's also
Okay, cool.
cut the fuck up.
And he's
Not only did
Blade,
we watch,
and I don't care that he cross-dressed in a movie.
Exactly. Not only did we watch him fucking cross-dress, we also watched him kick vampire ass for 3 movies straight.
That nigga was fucking vampires up. So I'm just like,
kicking vampire ass.
fucking vampires up. And I just think that, one, I think that we are creating a strong man argument against niggas to say like, oh, they didn't deserve this or deserve that, or the reason they got this or that is
because they suck dick or because they wore a dress.
Right.
Yeah. No, and I get it. That's belittling of nigga accomplishment. Like, and the thing is to say, like, I'm not here to fucking condemn niggas wearing a dress. If all personality, I mean, in all straightness, I'll probably wear a dress. Like, I think I've worn makeup on stage.
Hold on now, slow down.
I'd probably wear a dress. I mean, just depending on the situation, right? Like Chiweedle and John Gore, the nigga that from 12 Years a Slave, Chiweedle, Twiddle, CHIETE. You know the nigga that played 12 Years a Slave, right?
I didn't watch 12 Years a Slave.
That nigga's name was 12 Years a Slave.
His name is 12 Years a Slave. Okay.
But nah, yeah. He actually played he cross-dressed. He played a trans person. And to a degree, right, I would understand the role of like playing a trans individual, right? Like and trying to do it justice and in order for representation, things to that degree. At the same time, I'm like, if you can find a trans artist, you should probably hire them. Like, I mean, trans actor, you
True, but I also think I don't think that was like a thing that we were checking for.
No, like when they cast Remy Malek, right, to play fucking Freddie Mercury, right?
Who was not
like,
trans. Freddie Mercury is not trans.
No, Freddie Mercury was just homosexual, right? Okay. That was but it was not something that he could be open with, right? Originally. So he was a closeted homosexual for a while. He was married and everything. Like, but the thing is that Remy Malek is not homosexual.
Okay.
He just happens to kind of look like Freddie Mercury if you put a mustache on him and add some shit. Like, but that's the thing. He played a homosexual man. There's a homosexual dude out there that looks just like Freddie Mercury. That's like, that's my role.
Okay.
And so the thing is that when there is opportunity, right? Because my point back there was to say that, like, hey, look, if you think that it's wrong for this individual, I don't think it's wrong for anybody to say no to a role or something to that degree because they can't wear a dress. Right. I think it is wrong, however, for that individual to be discriminated against or fucking threatened.
Nigga,
right?
Give him the hat.
He's not used to this.
Just give him the hat. Just give him the hat. Just give him the hat.
This. They don't know what's underneath this hat.
It's okay, but nigga, just give him the hat. At this point, it's cool to give him the hat. He's trying to read what's on the hat. He can't read what's on the hat.
I'm not worried about him reading what's on the hat. I say,
just give it to him, nigga. Damn.
Take that.
If there's ever a time to give a fucking hat reveal, like this is just give your son the hat.
There you go.
There you go. There he is.
Yeah, that's the hat. What are we gonna do with it now?
Didn't expect
that's
that.
You, buddy. That's you.
That's all you, man. You got the prize. I know what you're gonna do with it. Nephew, what you gonna do with it?
No. Now that's on my head. He's like, okay, cool. There you go. Yeah, he don't want that hat.
I don't know.
I understand what you're saying, right? Because the thing is that as of the times and to a degree, like, hey man, you're making a mountain out of a molehill, right?
I'm not saying that.
At the same okay.
Because I do think that there is an issue of emasculation across the board for entertainment, right? Across the board, there's an issue for it, right? But I think that we disproportionately care.
I was like, us as a people really, really care. But that's when I brought up the fact that, the fact that because of slavery, right, there is a degree of like needing to assert yourself as a mass. Well, back then there was a time frame
that we
had
feel
to assert
more
yourself
pressure than any other people to put forth a masculine image, and I think that hinders our art more than most.
Okay, and in your thought process that you say that hinders our art.
Because it's like, one, was it Sylvester Stallone? I don't know which one of them niggas put on a dress and did the cross dressing thing. Mrs. Doubtfire. Fuck it.
Oh no, that's Robin Williams.
That's Robin Williams.
John Travolta.
Travolta. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. No, these are individuals that have definitely cross dressed. There's a long list of white men, but that's not a problem in their culture, right?
Right. Nobody ever brings that up.
There's a drag day at most high schools. Like most high schools have a day where like they dress the football.
It's fun to wear mascara.
Yeah, it's like there's y'all know that the football players have been in cheerleader outfits before, right? And y'all know that like we've seen the cheerleaders switch up the football pads and stuff. That's what powder puff football is like.
Right. So why do we have to make it about Satan and fucking like
church culture? There's a lot of things that come with that. I mean, like we can't be the same niggas that were like, black people don't play Magic the Gathering because of civil rights and fucking white culture being an opposite thing, and not also acknowledge the fact that like because of toxic masculinity in the black culture, right, and making sure that things black gays go through way more issues. Black queer people go through way more issues than a lot of more other queer people because they happen to be both,
right? And I do agree.
So it's like, why add that? So some individuals like, why add that stigma to my name before I'm trying to break out in order for X, Y, and Z to happen? Like, right. Why even? The thing is, because Katt.
Go ahead.
Because what I'll say is Katt Williams' point, right? The point that he made, right, was that look, man, in the original script for this, and this is a movie that is independently produced, essentially, or produced mostly throughout fucking Ice Cube's pocket. I can't say fully independent because by the time we get to Friday After Next, I think there's more like involvement, things to that degree, right? But we get to that in the original script. He's talking about the fact that Money Mike was supposed to actually get fucking assaulted in the bathroom, right? In the original script, that's what he said. That was out of his mouth. So he was like,
out of his mouth.
Yeah, I was like, so he's like in the original
script, of possibly mentally ill Katt Williams' mouth,
possibly. But yeah, like so yeah, he was assaulted, right? He said, I begged him. I didn't beg them, but I petitioned him. He's like, I think that I could do this funnier. And I was like, I don't think that
without me getting my butt
in this year, without anybody getting raped, without a black man getting raped on screen or on television, or even implied rape or anything like that, right? And the thing is that the scene was hilarious. We all like you were literally cracking up about crunching on your balls.
It's so funny.
It's fucking funny. Okay, it's absolutely.
The nigga had the vice grips on the nigga nuts. He was talking
crunching on your balls in one That shit was hilarious
for a 12-year-old. That is
my nigga. Yes,
comedy.
That is comedy in its wholeness. All right, the same niggas that was in the last movie was like, "Show me your Aztec warrior." I'm like, oh, this is fucking hilarious.
I'm Aztec warrior. That's funny.
It was fucking funny.
That's funny. That's with the spirit of comedy in mind. And granted, nobody's ever offered me the dress.
No, I mean, like, no. Have I ever to say that I have definitely worn a wig. I've worn lipstick. I don't think I've worn the full get up or anything like that. I have put on my girls' dresses. That's a funny thing.
But like, was it in the spirit of theater?
In the spirit of theater, I'll put a dress on. That's what I'm saying. I was like,
that's the spirit of theater. And I'm just like, why are y'all niggas trying so hard to make it not more or less, but like, why does it have to be so much for us?
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, like again, because of our history, I keep leaning back to it, is like that's why it's a big thing for us, right? But I think that it would also be a big thing for like an Indian father, right, or an Indian family. But we don't have a lot of Indian comic. Like, when's the last time you saw Kamal Namaji or whatever the fuck in a dress?
I have not. But
and whenever
what
you
I will say
Kumar or Harold,
how much of his culture will stop him from doing so?
I don't know. Because like here's the thing.
Yes,
you know what's wild? You know what I just realized? I was like, in Nordic mythology, that shit happens all the time. In Greek mythology, that shit happens all the time. Where gods and these motherfuckers just they change bodies and genders and shit like that. Like,
I'm gonna be a bitch.
Thor, like literally,
fuck with
Thor,
this nigga.
fucking Loki transformed Thor into a woman, and Thor was completely cool with it. He was like, "Yeah, man, this is gonna be a perfect scheme. I'm gonna transform into a bitch, and I'm gonna run up in
See
here."
what happens. See what comes
but
on.
so like the themes of this stuff is very prevalent there, but I don't think, and mind you, I'm not a fucking African lore specialist. Like, I wish I was. I wish I did have more of our stories other than like Anansi the Spider and fucking Papa Midnight. Like, you know, there's deeper shit than that. But unfortunately, no, I don't have that. I could do it. I need to do the research because I know.
I don't have the research either. I just think that. Like, it just seems like we're so shackled. And once again, to all the dudes that had to suck dicks to get movie roles, or all the dudes that had to get fucked to get roles or whatever, my heart goes out to you because like that shit really sucks. And I do believe that there is a degree of humiliation that is added to our shit in particular that, you know what I mean, like other people aren't subjected to.
They don't feel it, but the thing is that they're not going to have to worry about their culture or, you know, their peers and loved ones looking at them any differently for the role that they pick,
right? Because they don't,
which is a privilege.
They don't get looked at from a cultural lens.
Yeah, so like that's what I was gonna say. Because of the fact that as a black man, you have the weight of the black race, the black male race on your back every time you go outside. Like, I feel like when you put on a dress and you know that there's a large subsection of people in your community and issues that are going to have a problem with that, or it's going to influence somebody, like, you don't want to. This is going to sound fucked up, but you don't want to be the reason why.
With your son in your arms.
Exactly.
Please make the statement while your child is
while somebody else's kid is Little Richard, right?
Right.
You don't want to be the reason why somebody else's kid is Lil Nas X, right? You want Lil Nas.
That does sound fucked up.
You want Lil Nas X, future Lil Nas X, or future Prince, or future fucking
whoever.
future Lil Richard,
whatever the fuck they feel like expressing.
You want them to feel like that was their idea. Like this was on them. They not on them, but like this was their choice, right? That there was no added or any pressure. Like, there's no fucking gatekeeper with his dick out going, "Hey man, you want this money?
Jerk the dick, nigga." You want to be in the next Fast and Furious, you need to jerk the dick.
Jerk the dick with this baby in my arms is hilarious.
Yo, slow down. All right. Anyway, it was not the point. Oh. Now, I don't know. Because I do think there's a ploy to emasculate people. But I also think that we're putting too much effort on it. And I'm not trying to discredit everything like Katt Williams said, because, like, of course, like, he said more than just like niggas got fucked and niggas suck dick. And
he also said that, hey, look, like, when I was presented with this situation, right? When this opportunity was presented at me, right, and there was a rape scene that I could have easily just said yes to and went in, I said,
I don't even think that he did that.
This is what he said to Shannon, man.
It's easy to be the hero when, like, you know, you get the time.
When you're telling the story, man, you got 3 hours to talk to a fucking professional football player with CTE.
You saw this nigga Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy went up there and said he was the crown killer of fucking Baton Rouge. But
he said, I know. Come here, bro. Hey, you want to play with Winnie the Pooh? Let me get Winnie the Pooh.
He bullying, nigga. I think it's cool. I'm cool potting with my boy. Trey. That's my dog.
You want some fajitas, man?
He can't eat that. Don't do that.
He can't eat the shrimp. He can fuck with a piece of the steak. All right, change the lights.
Yeah, there you go.
Change the lights.
Let's fuck with the lights.
Yeah, fuck it. I didn't curate this lighting at all.
Yeah, there you go. It's fine. Like, you already got no hat on. Look, you just gotta let people see.
Yeah.
This is perfect. This is perfectly fine. I don't mind.
This is Dad. This is me.
This is what dad life is like. I shouldn't have waited so long to record. My bad, nigga. But
oh no, you good.
Nah, I mean, even still, like, I've gotten on your ass about it in the past, so it's like,
you just got back.
Even still, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't seen the nigga like forever. So, like, you know.
Happy to be here. Shit,
yeah, I see him. I don't necessarily want to call the niggas hair curly type shit, but I feel you.
Yeah, no, he got it rocking. This wavy now. When I throw that shit back, and he got a little length on him.
Just don't let him be like a fuck boy about it. But anyway,
You know what's the weird? I was like, I was looking at him. I'm like, you gonna be a pretty boy, nigga? You gonna be a pretty boy, Floyd, nigga?
we don't know yet.
Yeah, who knows? You could get real ugly.
No.
I'm gonna love you.
We pray for ugly children around here.
Hey, you know, or at least a dash. You gotta have something. Have some
smidgen of fucking on him.
Just
anyway, he fucking with the remote, nigga. Just let him do him.
Yeah,
let him do him. Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, I don't know. I don't want our art to be limited.
Yeah.
I don't want art to be limited by perception of black art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, I
don't think that Big Mama's House and fucking Norbit and all them other bitches
is detrimental. You know, there's detrimental.
I mean, I think that they are a subsect of black entertainment that is valuable, but ultimately not the best.
Gotcha. Now, do you? And here's the weird thing, right? We say that the dress is what fucking elevates you, but I'm like, didn't Eddie Murphy fall off after the dress? Like,
he definitely fell off after. He fell off after Shrek 3.
Yeah.
If you track his trajectory, he was doing great until Shrek 3.
What's the name of that reggae song, man?
Which one is that?
The one he just he made after Tower Heist. He made it after Tower Heist.
Fuck if I know. How come we don't shit on Snoop Dogg for Turbo?
Because it was an animated film,
and Turbo was really good. Let's not fuck.
I was like, it was
Turbo was really fucking good. I watched that bitch like 3 months ago. That shit was
that snail is fast, and also it was one of the first like Disney Pixar movies to encapsulate being like in the internet viral era. It was
go on. Michael Pena was there. Luis Guzman was there.
I'm saying that like Gabriel Iglesias I think was there as well. No, that was Michael.
No. Luis Guzman because Michael Pena ran the taco truck.
Yeah. It's like, okay, little snail, let's go. You don't understand. I'm gonna live my dreams. Me and this.
And I was just proud to see because it's like, yo, his brother don't fuck with him. He don't want to put him on that.
Man, he thinks bullshit, man. He don't think he really makes tacos, and it's Luis Guzman. I told you not to do that. But fucking. Turbo is a fantastic movie. We don't get on Snoop Dogg because of the fact that Turbo was just that damn good. What's Samuel L. Jackson in that movie too?
Samuel L. Jackson was also in Turbo. I don't know. I feel like these are way more emasculating movies than fucking putting the fat suit on and being on. Like,
yeah, I mean, like so.
Please, I'm a child.
So I mean, so the thing is, I'm looking at this situation right. So you're saying that because Eddie Murphy was donkey. And because
Eddie Murphy was donkey,
and because Samuel Jackson
indeed
was a snail,
a literal ass
was a snail. That these are more incriminating, more discriminatable roles than the dress situation, and that if anybody had a problem, they should.
To me, it's a different degree of buffoonery that I'm like, why are y'all cool with that?
But there it is, right there. That word right there, right? I don't think there's such a thing as so here's the thing, right? I'm gonna finish the statement. I don't think there's such a thing as buffoonery in black culture is the norm. Like, I don't think that buffoonery is acceptable as niggas. I don't think that was going to be like a thing. It was like after Martin Luther King, you telling me in the year our Lord, after Martin Luther King has passed, like you're going to allow these niggas to commit buffoonery? But I say that, but then you look at shit like Blank Man, you look at shit like Major Payne. And so it's like, to a degree, that is buffoonery, right? But I'll say that for the motherfuckers that I fuck with, I understand why some of them are like the dress, right? Like, note that not once did Dave Chappelle like have an issue about the dress or anything like that, because he's spoken on the power gap in Hollywood, because that's where the dress conversation comes from. The power gap that definitely does exist.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it definitely does exist. Now, the fact that we're making it about niggas wearing a dress, that is an entirely different situation.
Why my man's got a bald spot? Yo, hey, yo.
You talking about in the back? No, he got baby hair. So up underneath that, it's all like baby stuff.
Don't ever give him no high top, nothing.
Well, you know, that's the thing is his hair is grown. It's long, but then also underneath it's
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You actually take the full. If you take the full back, that's my bald baby right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you look like you know.
Yeah. Damn, fuck you. That's so, you're a terrible man. You see what that mean nigga
That's my
said?
dog. That's my dog. I look forward to meeting him, but I'm just
I
saying.
can't wait.
I'm just saying. I'm looking at him, and he got the pacifier. Okay. All right. You one of them. You to take the pacifier out the mouth, nigga. Oh. Okay. And he giving it back to you. That's
he tried to give it back to
disgusting.
me. we pass it back.
That's disgusting. Trey, say hi.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Say hi.
Hi. Trey, say hi.
Oh yeah, hold on, world. Look at my teeth.
Let me see his teeth. Nah, I fuck with dude. I don't know. What the fuck was the point before this nigga started
Before
doing
this
that
happened, yeah. Before we were just basically saying, I was like, buffoonery as a thing was not necessarily cool in Black culture, right? Until we were allowed to be silly on camera. Right?
I think
and
that we
I feel
always were allowed to be silly on camera.
I mean, yeah, allowed to, but whether or not we were allowed to execute it and make money and then go to the masses, that kind of thing, right?
Speaking
Black
of Shay,
weirdness was not something that we could put out to the masses and expect things. There was only a vein of blackness that was allowed, like right.
Speaking of Shay, right? And I'm not trying to sit up here and be on this all day, but he seems like he's kind of holding it down a little bit. So I think you can hold him for a little bit longer. Yeah. Fucking, I don't know if you watched the interview he had with Country Wayne.
I did watch some of that actually. I watched some of the Country Wayne. I watched it, but really, honestly, I got distracted because 21 Savage came out just recently.
That's true.
And that was this album pretty crazy. But
you got a
shout
nigga
out American.
You got a nigga like Country Wayne who is internet famous.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Young cat, young nigga. So like fresh. This is
youngish. Fresh. Like, I'll say fresh before I say young.
Yeah, fresh. Because the thing is, I'll say is like the same way there was a wave of Def Comedy Jam niggas that was like, this is how we got our start. We were Def Comedy Jam. We just came to this show all the time. Right. We had the fucking Apollo niggas that came out that time.
The pipeline that I came through. Which
exactly. So the pipeline
like for Instagram comedy.
Country Wayne is probably the first new comic, or excuse me, fresh comic out of the internet. That
Country Wayne, just hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh
no, not only. I'm not saying singular, like he's not the singular nigga, but like as far as like what fucking Shannon had on, he was an internet fresh nigga.
Okay.
Notice that he did a lot of talking to.
So I don't know if you watched his thing where he was talking about like how he has both the streets and the church.
Now I did not see that, but that's a super interesting concept because like that's something that market is a very different.
And I think that in the Black culture, our culture, whatever the fuck you want to call it, there is that distinction, right? And I think that as we progress and have other sub niches and shit, like you got Black Nerds, the whole nine, and Kevin on stage is doing the shit that he's doing right now that I'm not gonna comment on too much. But
yeah. You said the words.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. I know how we feel.
Because like, you might need
you about 30 cents for Kevin on stage with a child now, but
no, you cannot eat that.
What the fuck is that?
That shit. What the fuck is what?
Oh, you was trying to get him. He was trying to eat the hat.
Yes, he was very much like, okay, now it's time to just chew this motherfucker.
He just like you, man. Damn. But anyway, and I think that as we progress and get into more like subcultures and shit like that, like outside of just church and the streets, like you got the church, the streets, the inside people, the people who got like outside through the inside, them types of things, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, a lot of people don't fuck with me because I can do both, right? Okay. And I think that with him, he didn't have to put on quote the dress or like, like
there was I don't think that there was a moment where Country Wayne had to find himself in an opposition where I would say like where he would say no to something and feel so like indebted or endeared or like endangered to say, yeah, I'll do it. Right. Because he's like, I built my fan base. They came with me. Like I'm not asking you to build. I'm not asking you to build one. I'm not asking you to do anything about my fan base. Right. They are already there. Right. We are negotiating terms of how we can, how you can benefit and I can benefit from my fan base.
Okay. True.
But the thing is that whether or not like I'm here, right? The fan base is coming with me.
Right. And my fan base is invested in me
Exactly.
beyond like
whatever. So I haven't had a special yet, right? But I've got a fan base. Like
he's got one coming. I think.
He had one out. Like I'm saying, prior to like, when he was making in order to get to it's decent. I mean, like I watched it. It's Country Wayne comedy. Like
it's Instagram comedy.
Exactly. Plus. So like, I'm not hating. I enjoyed it, but like for me, I was like, cool. Yeah, I'm not the biggest. Yeah.
What's wrong? What's he breathing so hard for?
That's just his thing. Like we sniff each other a lot. So
okay.
When he likes it, when he likes something, he's like,
I get it. I get Pops did the same thing. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Talk your shit, Trey.
You show me trick.
Yeah. He's cute. He's a cute motherfucker. But I don't know, with like Country Wayne or whatever, like he had said that he had the streets and the thing, right? And I think that those are two totally different pipelines that are like exclusively for.
Oh shit!
What?
Oh, okay. You froze a bit. Okay, you said two totally different pipelines and it froze. I thought I might kick the cord.
It's like two different pipelines that are like exclusively for us.
Yeah, literally. The thing is that whether or not you came to Country Wayne via the church stuff, via the street stuff, because like personally, I'm an Instagram skit nigga. That's where I found Country Wayne, right? All the wide-eyed ass motherfucker, like, you gonna tell them that? Like,
it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that nigga be talking about. And so so for me, that was my thing.
There he is. There you go.
Yeah.
But Uncle C, that's Uncle me. Say Uncle C. He's not gonna. It's Uncle C. That's a hippie.
Yeah, we use the weirdest lullaby.
That's hippie. I respect it. This is Babylon, nigga. Let that shit out.
He said my teeth, they growing. And then what?
Okay.
Then Shannon Sharp said what, nigga?
That's not very far from what he said.
Yeah. And you feel what way about Katt Williams? Oh yeah. He's a what? Oh, he's a
He got nothing to say about Katt Williams. He's scared. Yeah. Your son's scary, nigga.
Hey, look,
he's nervous to talk about Katt.
He'll suck 3 fingers. Yeah. That's what we do on the mic.
D. How you doing it, man? How you doing it? How are you doing it?
This?
Yeah, how are you doing it? How you making it happen?
Nigga, I just he keeps waking up every day and I'm just like, all right, nigga, weird. Like, but nah, for real, honestly, I just like what you need, nigga. What you need, I got.
Okay.
If I can understand
it. Mouth too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. Really? For real? Yeah, he will put his whole fist in his mouth by the end of the day.
Whole fist. I get it.
Oh, very much so. Like this is him.
I see him teething. He wanna holler at him. Talk to him then, nigga. Talk to him.
Yeah. it sure does work, bro. It sure does.
That's a microphone.
That is indeed. Those are springs.
Okay, cool.
Everything is in hands.
Now he getting into the mechanism. Sorry, you need to get away from the mechanism.
Hold on, I'm gonna figure this whole thing out. It goes like this, but that's the thing. It's like that's an example of putting the strings together. It's like, okay, wait a minute. I can move this bitch this way. This could come this way. Say something to the motherfucker then.
No, he's just trying to eat it.
I told you it's not delicious.
It's not good. It's not. It don't taste good. It's probably got cat hair on it, but that's beside the point.
Is there cat hair on it?
Nah, I'm one of them niggas that don't care. Like, he's a kid. He's gonna do what kids do. He gonna do what kids do. Kids fuck with shit.
It's true. He does.
Indeed. I don't know. I mean, I see the young nigga, and I respect you for putting him on and doing what he got to do. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah, of
a
course.
definite there's a definite skin differential between you and the child.
Oh yeah, my baby is a creamsicle. The villain called this nigga a caramel frappe not long ago. I was like, "You not wrong.
I know he's really not wrong.
You not
But
wrong."
he doing his thing. Get in the nose, then fuck it. Get in the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the niggas that's not viewing it, like they really missing out. They seeing peak baby shit.
Pissy.
Oh shit.
Hey, y'all didn't see that? He's fine.
he's like, right.
Spit that out. Mhm.
Indeed. I don't know. I'm happy to see you in this setting.
Yeah, this is probably the most. One thing I will guarantee and say this is the happiest I've ever been in my motherfucking life. Like,
No,
I've
man.
never been happier than hanging out with this nigga every day.
Yeah, for sure. I can tell.
Yeah, I told myself I was like, I'm gonna work from home, all this shit, because I want to be able to say like my child doesn't have to be like, Daddy's at work.
I mean, God forbid.
Yeah, I mean,
He gonna say it anyway, but it don't.
he's
matter.
going to. But the thing is that work is going to be a room up the way, a room up down the hall.
Indeed.
Right.
Who you feel like he looks like for real? Like, be honest.
Oh, that's jamming right there. Like,
Who?
that's villain right here.
You think that's villain?
Yeah. So like, yeah, no, definitely. They have
Point
very
to the thing. Let me look at him.
I was like, yeah, giant eyes, but he gets that from his mom as well, right?
Okay.
The pointed little chin, that's Johnson all day until you get fat.
How about Cassie out? Let me see.
Wow.
He didn't even start crying.
Nah.
I guess it's pointed.
You do that all the
All right,
time.
you can get back to him. You can get back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely give it back to him.
Yeah, see, we put the past here really because he loves to suck his fingers in the first place, so he honestly does not need this. This is something for our convenience. Like,
Yeah, fair.
This makes my life easier, not his.
It probably make
like,
it easier to wean him off of it. You know,
yeah,
I slept for a long.
This is what he really likes. That's what you really like, I know.
Okay.
Does your mama not burp you, boy?
No, he's better. Thugging it out.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, shit. Honestly, I just try to make it happen. For the first time ever trying to pod with this nigga around, I'm like, okay, this is the normal amount of screaming. It's like this is part of the norm. If he had anything else to look at, he'd be fine. And honestly, if I had any of his other toys that were clean and in the general vicinity, yeah, I took him from me. He's like, that was in them hoes the whole time. That's crazy. All right, but all this shit to say, like, for real, I understand, right, culturally where some niggas are talking about and where they're coming from, right? But I think it is a dated, I can agree with you that it is a dated argument. It is something that, like, because of the fact that we are allowed to be black and weird and black and queer now, that is not the same, like, emasculating tip that it was back in the day. Now, if anybody tries to force you to suck a dick for a role, right, you should.
Yeah, it's totally different.
If it's outside your principles, you should definitely stay away from that situation. And you should report that motherfucker because they're a sick bastard. Now, whether or not if they're just making a polite pass, that's different. But like, they're making a polite pass that also.
I don't know. If you had the orgy and a nigga like, would you like? If you had the orgy, you walk in the room and you see it's an orgy, and they like, would you like some wine? And you're like, them niggas tried to fuck me. I was like, nobody tried to fuck
what,
you.
What do you think they do at orgies, my nigga?
You just walked in the orgy, you saw the orgy.
That's what orgy niggas do. All right,
I'm sure them niggas didn't like. They probably didn't offer you the role because it was just like, I don't know. I think I weirded them out.
But yeah.
For sure.
All
don't confuse being invited to the orgy with like, oh, they tried to fuck me out of a role.
Yeah, or they tried to fuck my whole career up. It was like, hey man, if somebody said, hey man, will you can I suck your dick? And it's 5 other motherfuckers around, I don't necessarily know if that's the power gap situation we're talking about.
Or even just like, I got this role for
the right dick sucker.
You sucking dick or nah, I ain't gonna give you shit until you suck this dick. I'm not gonna.
All right, you weird genie. Like,
What a weird thing to offer.
All right, I'll rub your lamp to get the wishes. Like, I don't know.
Right. I guess you gotta rub the lamp to get the genie wishes. It's all
Hey,
jokes,
man.
nigga. It's all jokes.
It's all jokes. It's all jokes. Because the thing is, again, is that never having the opportunity to break out into a place where somebody could make me that offer, but like nobody has pressed it for me. Like, I don't know if I'm just not attractive enough. Like, nobody.
Yeah, right. Nobody offer me no orgy position because they know I'm
going. Okay. Either way, yo, I think we're pretty much there. I'll leave it up in the air, right? Because the thing is that at the end of the day, I cannot get a general consensus other than like, hey, man, like I don't think your masculinity needs to be wrapped up so much, so like fragile that a dress in front of 100,000 million people is gonna like rock it to the core, right? Like, yeah, I think that you can bounce back just like Ring Rames and Wesley Snipes and do a blade and do 2-3 blades and a couple of baby boys in order. Because you know, I think Ving Rhames, I don't know if Ving Rhames was gay. I can't say whether or not he was. But do you remember I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played
the police chief. The police.
Nah, he played a fireman. He played a big because they were all firemen.
He was a fireman.
They're all firemen. That's all the like, which also made it a weird thing because you remember the firefighters were supposed to be gay, and I'm like,
a calendar too. Yeah,
yeah, a post 9/11 movie about firefighters being gay is wild.
Crazy, really.
That's absolutely crazy.
We never say shit about Adam. We never say shit about Adam Sandler being
David Spade or none of them niggas. None of them motherfuckers is getting crazy about the fact that you know they can be anything they want, right, but a nigga can't be a bitch.
Dang. And I also don't think that, like, you know, I don't know. It's just inherently masculine to do the shit that niggas do to maintain roles in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Not saying that there's not a power struggle. Not saying that.
Yeah, again, power gap. But the thing is that not all of it's about the dress now. There's a new dress, right? And nowadays, I don't like the thing is trying to spot what the new dress is, right? Like, what roles are they giving the niggas?
So I was talking to somebody, and I'm not gonna say who, but I was talking to somebody, and they were like, I think that the new dress is acting bisexual.
I can see that.
And of course, I can see that, but I also think that that's discrediting, like,
actual bisexual men and people.
Yeah, and just acknowledging that, like, you know, it's
queerness in the Black community exists. Yeah, you know, to me, like another thing. I mean, I don't know. Is it anything to make you look non-threatening? Is it anything to make you seem less fucking more marketable? I don't know. Yeah, there's a multitude of theories behind the situation, right? I didn't think we were gonna fucking get on and solve the fucking memories of whether the dress was blue or white. You know, that's a fucking white dress. It's a blue dress.
How are you supposed to know?
But the thing is, what I will say is that like there are some motherfuckers that are overreacting on all sides, and some motherfuckers that have real stories about whether or not they've been like ousted or blacklisted because of blackballed, because of like, you know, a denial, and other motherfuckers that know that they did suck that wiener for that role.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, you know, shout out to y'all all spectrums and shit like that. But what I'll just tell you this, man. You know, shit, respect yourself at all times, right? You know, respect yourself at all times. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Standing your principles is perfectly fine. You don't gotta eat crow anymore. You don't gotta eat shit anymore. You can just turn your fucking mic on in the crib and see what happens. Now you might find out that this shit's hard and you ain't talented, or you can find out you're super talented and there's a billion other talented niggas just like you, right? But don't get salty and say that somebody made you suck a dick and because you failed.
I can behind that.
Yeah. Either way, that's the moral of the story, niggas. It's the well-spoken token and son. What you got? You got any words for the people?
I got nothing. It was a good episode. I think we can make work. I think we can work with this.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I appreciate you. I thank you guys so much. Thank you again for welcoming me back. It's the well-spoken token. We're gonna get more of these out. Shout out to y'all. Do what it do. Well, I'm out.